We're here.
Hey, Sherry.
I don't know why you're on mute.
I'm off.
There you are. Hey, it's just us right now.
Hey, what's up?
And
Hey,
Adeline.
Julie.
Hey, Sherry. How are ya?
Good. Congratulations. I should probably plug this in. Congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We're ready to let
That's exciting.
it is.
Yeah. Time for it to go. It's been just
So-
kind of hanging in ethers.
Yeah, I know, right? So, Julie, where do you live that you're in LA right now?
I live in Sedona, Arizona. I'm in Carlsbad on
That's right.
on retreat.
Yeah.
It's your birthday today.
It's my birthday day.
Happy birthday. I just remembered. It's your birthday.
So Tim treated me to a week in Carlsbad because I love to come here and relax, which means I work outside in this beautiful garden that I stay at. And so that's my relaxing
Nice.
part. So that's why we're in Carlsbad. And
Aw.
we just happen to be driving like within a mile of where we're staying to get to his next meeting in San Diego.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Really?
No kidding. So it's
yeah.
perfect.
That's so funny. That's awesome. Oh, it's so cool to see you guys together.
I know. We're just getting a little bit cold, but other than that, everything's
Yeah,
awesome. So a few
Good.
people jump on. I'd love you to say hi. If you haven't used Zoom before, I've just put in the chat box the link to get the book.
Hey, Holly.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Ah,
Hello to you both.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, we just came out from picking up pine cones and sticks in the front garden.
I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Hey.
I heard a little bit about you. They do programs, so
Oh.
they're busy. How far are you guys from Tahoe right now?
An hour to an hour and a half.
They just moved in January actually.
End of January, yeah.
Come over and come skiing.
Oh yeah, it's probably heading up there sometime soon to do that.
Whereabouts are you guys?
In Grass Valley, Grass Valley's right near Nevada City, and so we're between Sacramento and Tahoe in the foothills of the Sierras.
Wow.
nice.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's been a perfect move for us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyway, I'll let you guys keep talking. We won't take up your time because this is your time.
Thanks. We're gonna start jamming here pretty quick.
We are. What would be really cool is we're just going to have some fun, and it'd be cool if the link that you guys use to get on here, if you could send it out to your Facebook and see if we get some other people on. That'd be awesome. I've also put the link to get the book, and really we're just going to start talking about what's in the book and having some fun, but if you can support us, it'd be good. It's the first time doing Christine Robinson has started sharing her screen. I don't know if we need to. Hey, Christine. Where is she? There she is. Awesome. We could do a Periscope. Harriet just asked me to do a Periscope. We should have thought about that. Damn it.
We're getting out the phone.
Yeah. Do you have Periscope on?
I do.
Yeah. What is awesome to have you on. You guys can all unmute.
Chris, are you an Aussie or are you
I'm from New Zealand.
New Zealand? I thought might be in New Zealand. Okay, cool.
Where are you from, man?
Born in Zimbabwe, grew up in Australia. So
Nice.
So g'day, mate.
Hey, mate. Nice to have you on. So it is cool, and we know there's a bunch of people that are going to be watching this recording. So, do you want to should we formally start talking?
We should start.
There's there's the link in there that you guys can go and grab, and if you're watching the recording, then we'll put this next to the link to this video, so you can go and grab the book. It is 99 cents for the next
48 hours.
48 hours. You're awesome, Christine. We've never done one of these before, and I think that it's going to be really cool. So I just kind of want to share a little bit about why we're on this Zoom meeting, and then, hey, Rain, And what would I think it's fun. I wish I'd done it for my books, but I wish I did it for every book. But the thought only just came to me, and I have to pass all the credit across to Harriet because she said,
Brilliant.
yeah, she said, why don't we do like a Zoom launch thing for the book? And I said, and Harriet's my fiance, if you don't know who she is. And I said, that is such a cool idea. So we're going to give it a go. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Duncan, and I don't really mean anything today on this. It's all about Julie and about her book. And so the point of us being on here is really so that you guys can learn something about the book from Julie, that you can support her and get it for 99 cents. And it is jam-packed full of some pretty cool things. And so that we can really get some exposure and help as many people as possible with this book. So it is, Rain. I wish I had the idea when your book was coming out. Harriet hadn't told me yet, so she wasn't fast enough. So I'd love, we're going to do a bit of interview style and talk about the book. I'm going to ask Julie some questions, and she can share about what's in her book and who it's for. And I've put 2 links into the chat. I know, I'm so sorry, Rain. I wish I had it for mine as well, if it's a consolation at all. I've put 2 links into the chat. One gets more people onto this call, and one go to buy the book. So if you want to click over that and get it, it'd be good. So, sad happy face. So I would love to introduce a really good friend, Julie Valentin, who is now authored this book, and really just ask you to kind of share what the book's about and a little bit about what motivated you to bring this book into life.
The book brought itself to life. It was a really interesting journey. And of course, Chris is a fabulous mentor, so really supported me in bringing it forth. And it was interesting is when I thought I was going to do didn't happen. Of course, he suggested I work with women, and it just popped. So the book is really based on my own journey, and many of you know, and some of you don't. If you don't know me, back in 2010, I was both divorced and going through a real estate crisis with my business, because United States was in a real estate crisis. So I worked a lot, and it came to a point where I needed to make some big changes that didn't make a lot of sense until after I actually initiated the divorce and moved on. So the processes that you're going to actually see in this book are pieces of what I did, just kind of plotting my way through healing myself and getting clear about who I really was again. I had spent 27 years in a relationship, and many of you women can identify with this, is that we create this box that we live in. And I realized that in 27 years, I was still in the same box, but I wasn't the same person at all anymore. So I didn't fit in that box at all. And it was a long summer, and I did a lot of healing work and had people that pointed me in the right direction, spent a lot of time by myself. So the tools that unfolded through the book were all tools that I used, but I brought them together in a formula that actually makes the process faster, easier, and simpler for you. And it makes sense about where you are in your life and how to get on to your next steps. So I was really, really pleased. It was kind of an interesting experience. I was really, really pleased on how it actually just kind of wrote itself and the things that came out of it. So
That's awesome. And those of you who just are excited to go and get the book, I want to let you know there's not just a book. There's also a full video training for, do you want to tell everyone before we go dive deep into their questions, just a little bit about, it's 99 cents for the book for 48 hours, but there's this whole training and meditation, and I don't know, there's a whole heap of stuff with it.
There's a whole heap of stuff with it.
Heap
of stuff.
Heap.
So,
that's an Aussie term for you Americans. Heaps.
and there's a heap of stuff in there. So what we did for you guys is we created a resource center. So when you first order the book, if you please go into it, and if you just scale through the first few pages, we have a link to the resource center. There is a video for each of the sections. Within we have 3 sections. Each section has 9 points. So we have a total of 9 points, 3 points in each section. So there's 9 videos in there that actually summarizes each of those principles. And then we have a 90-day journal that's awesome, rocks you right through the 90-day process. We specialized it with some cool stuff. And then there's other information on myself in there. There's information on the Foundations program that we're launching also. So it's just jam-packed full of stuff, guys, and take advantage of it. There's a couple other worksheets that you're going to come across within the materials of the book that are in there for you. So we're trying to make it as simple as possible for you. I find the 90-day for people really helps keep them on track and keep them in the process, because it's so easy for us to get pulled away with just life happening. So lots of cool stuff in there.
It's really amazing. I was looking through it, and I've done a lot of personal development, and just what's in this is different. And I mean that. It's seriously different. So one last thing before we continue, there's a few people on this call that I want to acknowledge. Should we acknowledge them as well? There's first off, there's Christine Robinson, who's got her video off. But without Christine, this wouldn't be happening.
Exactly. It was her inspiration that brought us to this point. The last thing I thought I was going to be doing in December was write a book. And Chris is patient. I kind of stomped my feet a few times, but I got my shit together and I got it done. And it's been an awesome experience. I'd have to say it's one of the best things I could have ever done for myself.
Wow.
So it's awesome.
Anyone who's listened to the recording, Christine Robinson helps people become a #1 best-selling author, and she was instrumental in getting this book out. So
absolutely. Good inspiration. Thank you, Christine.
Yeah, and that's huge. So we just wanted to acknowledge you. I also want to acknowledge who else on here. First off, Jane. And Jane is behind the scenes getting everything sorted. So Jane, if you wanted to say hi and put your video on, you've been awesome. And then just this about our real inner circle. So Rain Turner, Lily, Sherry and May, Tim's obviously on here and next to us, and then my fiance Harriet, who are here. So it's kind of nice to see the people that are on here. And
going through the journey with us.
It's been a journey. There's Harriet under my name up in Tahoe. So it's been really cool. Here's a burning question for me that I want to ask you. And please send in your questions about the book. Why did the world need another book on relationships? What's different about this book? Like, obviously there's so much out there, and I know that you want to bring forth things that matter. So why did the world need another one? What's different about this?
What I found, what I feel that was different about this book is that we really go in and we dig up, and a lot of people don't like doing this, but we dig into what's not working. There's a ton of programs out there, I've been in them myself, where they tell you the new things you can do, but nobody's really looking at the stuff that doesn't work and how to release that. And there's no space to put the new stuff, guys, until you start moving some of the old stuff out, until you recognize some of those patterns that you keep doing over and over again. And they just are. They're not necessarily bad. But if you don't notice them, if you don't recognize them, then you can't move past them. Mm-hmm. So this book really does a good job of going underneath the layers so you can release what doesn't work and then start forming and bringing in your intentions for what is really truly you. Because the whole system is about really discovering you. If you've lost you in the process of life, which I had done, we need to rediscover who we are. I mean, we don't wake up one morning and just know that. I mean, you didn't get here in this spot of crisis by accident, and the whole energy behind crisis is that there's time for change. So it's actually a good thing. It actually gives us an opportunity to do something different and be honest with ourselves, and then of course move into joy and passion again, which is the end result of really tapping into who you are and allowing that part of you through.
I got kind of distracted. I got a question from Sherry, and I'm like typing and answering it. But I guess that So Sherry, to answer your question, we would love to have more people on this specific call, or go 99-cent book, which is big. And I can't wait to do your one and Harriet's and other people's like this, because I just think it's cool. So I think it's really cool. I don't know if we really got deep enough on that, because there's a lot of good books out there, but this book is special. So I would like to ask the question again: what is the one thing that this book is really bringing forth, and why everyone listening to this recording needs to go and, or every woman listening to this book, because it's specifically written with women in mind, need to go and read this one? What's the big thing?
Darn, he just keeps driving, doesn't he? So for myself, and to answer that question, there's 3 key components to this book. But underlying and hidden within the first principle is the key to forgiveness. And through all of this process, we talk about forgiveness a lot, but we don't actually do it. And there's a great mantra in there, and this mantra keeps showing up in my life. It showed up about 10, 12 years ago through Ho'oponopono and training I had done then, and then it resurfaced in my And so right when I was writing the book, and I started really paying attention and noticing the things that kept showing up. So if you go into the first section under letting go of who you are to be who you really are, who you're being to be who you really are, you're going to find those keys in there, and those are critical that you actually do them. Don't just do them once, do them. And that's part of the part that came out in the Foundations program, which Chris keeps telling me I'm doing too much. But we actually are doing what we're doing for bonus. Can I have this in here right now?
You do it if you like. This is your show.
Okay, this is my show. All right. So the Foundations program, fortunately, is ready to be released too. And what I came up with is, in addition to the Foundations program, what I'm going to be offering for a bonus is 21 days with you guys every day, diving deep, going through the forgiveness sections, but also asking a really deep question that we go into and just be with. And what was so cool about the pilot that I did on this was all these modalities and systems and stuff that I've used as a combination, a little bit of meditation and mantra and all kinds of other things that was fascinating. And I was feeling so much peace, so much calm, so much centeredness. I was more present with people. It was just an amazing experience to go through the 21 days. And then the whole scope behind the 21 days, of course, is that we need a minimum of 21 days to create a new habit. So it serves that purpose also. So it's just, it unfolded, like the book has been writing itself. It's been a very organic process. And the tools within this and how they came together and how they align is different than anything else I've seen.
I love that so much. And it's really like you've brought a lot together. We've got some questions coming in.
Okay.
First one's from Janet. She says, happy birthday. Who is the book targeted to? Is it targeted towards improving relationships? Or is it towards somebody that's single? Who's the person that's really going to benefit most from this book? And can it help people in all areas of their life, or is it just relationships?
Right. It's basically, my main target audience is that woman mid-40s to mid-50s, but I'm finding it's a little broader than that because how the book came out. It is for people who are facing some kind of crisis. Relationship usually comes up first because it's love in life tends to throw us the biggest curveballs. So relationship, people struggling with relationship, coming through a divorce, whether they initiate it or not, and the pain behind that. And then the other is, I see shortly behind that is career crisis. Either you're in a career that you absolutely don't love anymore, but you're stuck in it because of the pay or whatever, or all of a sudden they merge, they let you go, you don't have a job anymore. Yeah. And your whole way of life changes. So those are the main, people who are actually experiencing some big life-changing experience is the first to benefit from it.
Wow.
And so then you also have the, it benefits anybody in relationship. That's what I'm finding.
Wow. And it's deep. My experience of reading through it in the short parts I have got through so far is it's deep and it's grounding. So what I really love about what the book means to me is the title. And I've got my own meaning behind your title, but it's kind of a pretty intense title, Soul on Fire. There's a couple other questions that have come in, and thanks for sending out to your list. You're such a great supporter. You're such good at sharing. I appreciate it so much. My question is this, and please send your questions in. What does the title mean? Soul on Fire.
What it means, for me, it was my soul coming on fire. But for our souls are in this space right now when we have a crisis. It is knocking on your heart's doors. It's knocking on the core essence of who you are, going, let me out of here and let me live my life. And so I found our soul starts sparking and it comes to life within. And we're not hearing it. It's our own deaf ears that's not hearing our own soul say, this is what you came here for. This is what would bring you joy in your life. And we've gotten so layered with our obligations, our responsibilities, that comfort zone box that we've been in, that we're just not hearing it. And then we keep going through life, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And when life passes us by, and pretty soon we don't know what happened. We just don't know what happened with time. And we're finding ourselves completely unsatisfied with where we thought we would be in life.
That could be both men and women.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of times you find yourself in that trapped place that you've built, which is safe, and then that wall gets shattered by a divorce or a life crisis, or like my last month, and then suddenly those walls are gone.
They're gone.
And it's like
you're naked. You find yourself naked, really naked, and you don't know what to do with that. And it's what I find, especially as women, I think men are more resilient in a crisis, and they don't talk about it as much. But for women, we have such expectations that we're going to know what the next step is when this happens, and there's no way you can know what the next step is because you haven't done it before, right? So this is all brand new stuff. So giving yourself just that space to go, wow, I haven't done this before. Whether it's talking to a friend or you're looking for a mentor, whoever it is that you recognize that you are stuck and you do not know the next step. That is a beautiful first step right there. Because that takes a lot to go into that depth of yourself and go, man, I do not know who I am, and I don't know where to start.
It's a good first step. We've got a few other questions coming in. I think one came in from Harriet. She wants to know about who are some of your influences and mentors that have really been a pivotal part towards you writing this book.
Interesting. Life, number one, has been one of my greatest mentors because it's handed me a lot of stuff. Chris has actually been fabulous. He is fabulous. You have no idea what I'm like to work with. But anyway,
I don't think I helped in the content of this book.
No, I just holded the space for it. But I find life has really handed things, and I didn't really realize. So I'm going to go back to my experience in Bali, which impacted this book a lot, guys. When we were in Bali with Chris, and then we had contacts, friends who'd been there and stuff, and I ended up in front of a Balinese shaman. And he looks at me and goes, man, he says, you have not had an easy life. And I'm looking at him going, man, what are you talking about? Well, for my life has been a lot of opportunity to learn how to grow and expand myself, how to move beyond what looks like a hopeless situation into something that is beautiful.
Yeah.
So on the other side of crisis is what I learned is where I wanted to be.
Right.
By the time I came to 2010 and I'm going through this real estate crisis and a divorce crisis, there was an inner knowing somewhere that there was something so much better on the other side of that that kept pushing me forward.
And I want to understand crises a bit more, because I think we all go through these things. First off, what is a crisis? And second, how can people best allow themselves through it?
Being really patient with yourself and giving you space and time, slowing life down, which is in the book, of course, so you can have space to find yourself again. But the crisis is, for women, we experience it differently. Again, I would find myself crying endlessly for no reason at different parts of my life. I would find myself needing to be in a lot of just alone time in nature. I just really didn't know who I was, but I didn't know why I didn't know who I was with the changes that were occurring in my life. So it's a number of things, and each of you can identify in your own lives. What did that look like for you? Because it's life. Everybody has had an experience somewhere, or you're not living life. Life is kind of that way because we get too comfortable. And then, like I said, the soul on fire starts coming alive and starts knocking on those boxes and gets you to start opening and doing something different. Or you are in pain. You're in pain.
So we've got a couple of gifts for anybody out there that is in that place. And one main one, which I was able to convince Julie to offer up some free sessions, and her time is very valuable. So for people out there that are, thinking, this is great stuff, the book's going to be great, but I would love to spend some time with Julie and actually have some healing. We've actually got we don't have a limit on it. I was going to say that there's a limit, but there isn't a limit. In fact, anyone who's listening to this recording.
And now we're going to have a talk.
There's going to be a link. I might put the link into the people's chat box that are on live. And those who want to have 30 minutes with Julie going through what's stopping you, where you want to go and actually get her to do some work with you to experience it, you can. And I would really, really love, Julie, for you kind of just to go on a riff. I know we've got the table of contents, outline the what's happening in the book, and really give everyone a good picture and understanding, because I don't know if everyone's getting this, just how much of an important book this is to get out. It's deep, it's real, and there are going to be people that need this handed to them at a certain part in their life. So if you want to do that, I think that'd be really good.
Okay, just go through what's in the book.
Yeah, I think everyone would love to know that.
Okay, and then a lot of the the Foundations program, of course, is centered on this. The first key is letting go of who you've been to getting to who you really are, and it's critical. And what I take you through in that process is discovering you. There is pretty extensive questionnaire, and that's where the 21-day program showed itself would be essential to allow people to really go through that process. And I have been in programs where they have done some of this, and it was, let's sit down and do journaling for an hour, and then that's your answer. I'm finding we need something much deeper than that. If you really want to let go of what you've been doing that's not working and going into something that you really want in your life. That discovery process then also involves slowing way down, letting go of the stuff that doesn't work anymore, and then also going into simplifying your life, which means, I think Christine or somebody said something about emptying your closets, getting rid of the stuff that doesn't support you anymore. From there, let me go into key number 2. And key number 2 is really allowing what you want to draw you forward. And it's a consciousness concept, basically, about really, it's not about setting that great big huge goal out there. It's about really tapping into your heart and going, what is it that I really want to experience? And that may be for some people, 15 minutes of joy in a day that you accomplish may be exactly what you need. For the next person, they're ready to do something else. So really honor yourself where you're at, and don't over expect, and allow yourself to grow into your next steps. So we continue on with simplifying the flow of your life, getting clarity, and then focusing on your passions through that process. And the last key is about love. Love is the key to everything else. And what I'm finding when we talked about in the first section is that forgiveness is the key to love. In order for you to truly love is to really forgive anything and everything that shows up. And there's so much, guys, that we come into this world with, and most of you are, friends of mine, we have these conversations. Our family trees, our lineages have all kinds of stuff in them that we're living, and we're going to let go of a whole bunch of that stuff and love it and just let it go. And it's things like that are really important. So that kind of rounds things up for.
Do you know what I think? I think for the first time in human history, we're actually going to be able to experience true love and happiness on a groundbreaking scale. I really do. I think that we've actually got the possibility that we don't have to do much for our food and our shelter and all these things that normally create struggle. It really seems that for the first time in history, there's actually an opportunity to sit in that,
right.
which is huge. And this book is a big piece. I'm so thrilled that we have created this. Well, you have created this, and it's getting released on your birthday, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, someday we'll share that story. We're running out of time, but yeah, it's and I totally agree with that. We are still carrying those old patterns from way back in the cave days when survival was, if you left the cave and came home, that was a great day. So we don't have those experiences, really, guys. We don't have to worry about surviving and coming home safe. It's about really living our passions now.
Awesome.
So
I think this nearly rounds us up. We wanted to go for about half an hour and just give you guys a bit of an insight. So I'd love to ask if anyone's got any final questions about crisis, about getting their soul back to where it wants to be.
Pulling yourself together.
We just had Roscoe jump on. That's pretty impressive. Hey, Roscoe, good to have you on, man. And I'd just like to ask if there's any last final questions that people have about the book and about what it's gonna be able to deliver and where they're at in life, because this is your opportunity to ask the author, and I think it's just so special. So let's kind of wait and see if there's any last. What did Janet say? It is the new moon. New
Yeah.
moon.
And yeah, that was a confirmation. Chris and I talked last week, and when he discovers my birthday, we decided this was the day to launch, because many of you may not know, we tried launching this on the eclipse, which was not a good idea.
Yeah.
Just to say. So we all took the Easter off and licked our wounds, and we evaluated last week. And it was so cool that the new moon was like within 12 hours of the launch. So it's perfect timing. You're right, Janet.
It's awesome.
Yep.
So let's finish up. I guess the recording is going to be out. Just with you, maybe just sharing again, really, for anyone who just jumped on, I think a few people missed the beginning, what the book is, who it's for, and why they should be so excited to get stuck in.
Okay, so Soul on Fire, and is primarily for women, but I tell you what, guys, I actually had a friend that said, if it's a book for women, I should be reading it. This is a guy friend, so I know more about women. So it could really for everybody. But it's really about women who have lost track of who they are. They have lost their joy, they lost their clarity. And so what we do is we take you back into that space again through the path of the book and through the program's foundations. So it's an awesome opportunity to really answer that question, who am I, really from the heart of who you are. And that's my goal, is that they can really answer that. It's really cool when they go through the questioning, when you start the first day with, and you answer that question, who am I? And when you come to the end of the 21 days, how you answer that question differently.
Wow.
That's the suspense there right there. So, be open to being the wondrous you that you are. So, yeah, and so it's for primarily women, but I'm finding it's an amazing tool, and I'm just really so happy that it showed up and that I was able to bring it forth. So
Yeah. So it's a great book. It's for the next 48 hours. It's 99 cents, and it comes with a full resource section, a 21-day meditation. Is that right?
yeah, it has. What we have is a video, approximately 5-minute video on each of the 9 principles. Plus, we have a 90-day workbook, and the first 21 days are the critical questions, or we actually implanted right into that book, so it can keep you on track. And then there's information on foundations in there and a few other things. So lots of good stuff.
It's kind of ridiculous. On Julie's birthday, she's giving you a 99-cent book, a huge resource section, a 90-day guide, 21 days of questions, meditations, all these things. And I guess I'm going to ask on Julie's behalf that we get this out to as many people as possible, wherever you know, because this is just one of those books and one of those moments that is going to really be able to affect some people who need it. And I really appreciate what you've created.
Awesome.
I think it's,
Thank you.
I think for me, having this book getting created and being able to read snippets over my last month has made all the difference.
I didn't know you were doing that. See? Guys can benefit too.
I mean it. It's been a big month, and I think it's great. Are you writing swipe copy? We can send you some swipe copy, Lisa. That's no problem. Everyone else, that just means an email that you can send to your list.
Yeah, Lisa's a good friend. Thanks,
Lisa's
Lisa.
awesome. You're awesome. So is there anything else you want to add? You're awesome, Roscoe. Thanks for being on, man. See you, dude.
No kidding. Thank you everybody so much for being here and supporting me. I love you all so much, and for your, just your energy and everything. Please take advantage, or if you know somebody, that would benefit from listening to this and wants to do the 30-minute session before we shut that down. It won't last forever. And I love to be in that position. We forget, and I was telling Chris this, I forget, I am a trained master coach, guys. I have been working with people in crisis in real estate for a number of years. I mean, people are losing their homes, they lost their families, they lost their jobs. So this is like just what I do. So this is the perfect next step for me, is to really be able to be of service to people who are going through these kinds of changes in life.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you all another time. Thanks, Rain. Thanks, Adeline.
Thank you, Rainey. Christine. Love you guys. Thanks, Tim.
Happy birthday.
Couldn't do it without him.
Cool. Well, that was fun.
That was great.
Everyone's
you.
still here.
Nobody wants to leave.
They're just
wants to
hanging.
leave.
You guys can unmute if you want.
Okay, you guys want to just sit and chit chat for a minute?
We can hang. It's Julie's book party. I should move out the way.
It's party time now.
It's party time.
This is the after party now.
The
After party. Someone needs to break up the wine.
I have champagne left over from my party last Saturday night.
Ah,
That's so funny, Rain, that you two have birthdays so close together.
yes, we were the
No, it's not that funny. We discussed this in Bali. It's quite mind-boggling, actually.
Oh, yeah, she was my Bali mate.
Sing happy birthday. Well,
Thanks, Patty Mays.
Happy birthday!
Good to have you on. Hey, Jane, and everyone say hi to Jane. You're going to get to know Jane if you're in the program. She's my personal life force. It keeps things running. So she's bashful, so she usually doesn't put her camera on. But Jane is awesome.
there she is.
There she is. So she's the one that helps keep me on target.
Nice.
She's
Very
a
cool.
dream come true.
Gotta
So,
have
Yes.
so if for anybody has any problems, I should check and see, make sure that we got our contact information in the resource center. So if you have any problems downloading the book or any of the videos, you have a way to get hold of us. So just Jane takes care of a lot of that for me, so you'll know who you're talking to.
Awesome.
Get that uploaded for you.
Awesome. I will continue to share it out for you too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
One of our roomies,
Sherry.
our mates.
She can't help it. She's named Sherry.
I can't help it. It's an obsession I have.
She's a share beer. She's a share beer. All right, yeah, happy birthday.
Thanks, Patty.
Okay, gotta go. See you, hon. See you soon.
All right.
Thank you for
Bye,
joining.
guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
See you, Sherry.
Good night, guys.
Bye, guys. See you later on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye,
thank
bye.
you.
Bye for now.
Bye now.
Yeah. Oh, dang, we should have done that.
Yeah. Bye for now. Bye for. All right, cool.